On Record podcast, you're here with Luke, Henry, and got a guest today, my sister, Chanté. You gonna wait?
Yeah. I don't know if he was going to introduce me as your sister or just leave it, Anyway.
Nah, cool.
We should do it week by week.
What? Switching, yeah, to be fair, we should. I always just sit back and let you do it, because I'm sat there. I'm either never ready or you go ahead in it, so I'm calm, but yeah. Yeah.
How are you?
I mean, I'm the same, innit? But still jobless. Enjoy life, but obviously you're working, innit? Well, both of you are working, innit? So.
Yeah. Yeah, thankfully. I don't want to go in office, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not about socialising. I'm about getting out at 5:30 and chilling.
I'm perfectly happy to leave. I never went so much before. Yeah, I think today we're going to talk about how lockdown's been, I guess, so far, and obviously that hot topic space. I think the only thing that's really happened this week, I guess, is
the food.
Pictures of the school meals.
Yeah.
Not school meals, sorry, the meals for the week.
No, yeah, it was school meals, or like the school meals replacement.
Was it meant to be for just the children, or was it meant to be for the parents as well?
No, I think it was just the children. It was meant to replace their school dinners. Do you know that you get free school dinners? It was meant to be like the substitute for that for a week. Does that make sense?
Are you sure it wasn't meant to be for the whole family?
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. Surely it couldn't be. Because £30 a week couldn't even feed. That would feed me at uni. One person per week.
Yeah.
That cannot be a whole family.
I thought it was just yeah, I thought it was just for the kids. Because you remember when that's why Marcus Rashford got involved, because they were going to stop the school meals for the kids. So I thought, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just for per kid.
I thought the £30 was the whole family for the week.
No, I'm pretty sure it was just for the one kid.
For one kid?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because you got to remember that's £30 is over 5 days of school, and then obviously school. That's not that much.
Quite a lot for £30. You can actually buy quite a lot.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Not for a week, though.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. They could have spent it more wisely, innit? Like you could have got the big bags of pasta that we used to get at uni. Now it'll cover a family. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they could spend it a lot. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was.
I was really I got really angry about these pictures when I saw they were putting tuna in money bags.
Putting tuna where? Oh wait, yeah. Like what you get in a bank, innit? That's like what you get in the bank, isn't it? Like those coins. Yeah. No, I saw them halving cucumbers, peppers, everything that could be halved, they were halving.
It's the 1 quarter of tomatoes for me that got me. I was like, really? 1 quarter of a tomato? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is, who went into the back office and thought, yeah, do you know what? We're not going to give them the whole tomato, quarter it, and then split it between 4 different kids for a week.
Imagine touching it as well.
Huh?
Imagine touching it in Corona as well. I'm a bit confused.
That is true, yeah. Someone had to handle that and then put it in some dirty clean food.
That's correct. It's a pandemic and they're halving tomatoes as well. They're actually touching all.
Yeah, you can't even just scrape it off. So a little cough here, a little sneeze there.
And they were also going into the bread bags as well, weren't they? They were taking bread out. I was it's funny. It's not funny, but bread is what 50p max. There was no reason.
Actually, so ridiculous. You have to laugh. It's actually bad. They were given. Another thing I saw was the pasta they were given. It was them takeaway pots.
Yeah.
They were putting not even a full bag of pasta. They were just putting probably a bowl's worth of pasta in a takeaway box. And
then giving it to the kids.
But that's mad. That's the cost. What 50p a bag maybe?
Literally, all I kept seeing people saying was give me that £30, I'll go to Lidl and show you how much I can buy. Because literally,
I saw she went to Waitrose and spent £30.
Oh yeah, I saw that. To be fair, she probably bought the best meals that I saw for 30 quid from Waitrose. She had bare fruits. I mean, I just don't quite understand because then everyone was saying it was £5 worth, but some of them I was seeing, I was that's not even £5 worth, to be honest. Depending where you're shopping, That's like
No, it's not £5 one.
I don't think half a 20 bag of tuna, like a half a tomato, half a pepper, 3 potatoes, and that's not even £5.
Yeah.
About £30 a week. That's crazy. That's so disrespectful.
I just think it's a bit mad that they thought like someone generally thought they would get away with it. They thought like, yeah, do you know what? If we half a pepper and give it to the kids, no one's gonna say anything, can it?
I think like what it is, I don't know what you guys think, but I think obviously with the government, like they're so out of touch. Like Matt Hancock when he came on to you know,
Good Morning Britain or whatever. Yeah.
Like you can just see like how like they don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't think they understand like what. No, I wouldn't even say like working class people. I'd say like just your average person.
Yeah.
I don't think you can understand like if that makes sense. Kind of what like this pandemic has done to like your average person, which is part of the problem.
I don't think they. I just don't think they care.
Nah, like I don't know. Like I think they must to a certain extent, but I just don't think they understand. Like, I'm saying I don't think they understand like what to do to make a difference. To go and I think like
yeah, I think there's a bit of like not knowing that actually do to make an impact because they're so out of touch. They probably couldn't figure it. Like they probably wouldn't even realize that we're £30 worth of shopping there. But well, I mean, I think they should have. But
No, I feel like they would have realized. I just don't think they cared, to be honest. But then to me, it's like the people at the schools, who in your right mind would be cutting up half a tomato? Because I'm not going to be funny, it's just like people in the supermarkets that give you 3 bags, do you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's not my company, like, take the food, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah, because I didn't quite understand that, because I didn't understand who was distributing it, because I did hear some people saying like, oh, the school supplies me with this, which that made it even worse, because obviously someone's giving you something and then... No, I think there was multiple. Because there was some people saying like, oh, you can get like vouchers from the schools, or the schools can give you stuff, and then there was those certain like I think like Chartwells or Cartwells, and then there was like another contractor as well. I think there was quite a few like different contractors and like different things to come through.
So I don't think everyone got those.
Yeah.
Like I kept seeing their name on like social media as the people that were supplying these like £5 boxes of food.
Yeah, I think they were. I feel like they were the most prolific that people like actually know. Yeah, I got from there as well, and this is what they gave me. But I think you could get it from schools as well. Because I did hear on like TV they were saying like the schools had a choice whether to give like the vouchers worth of £30 or like whatever much it was, or whether they give this food. And then obviously some places decided to give food, and then was doing that like halving tomatoes and stuff like you said.
Like some schools didn't even get a choice there, because realistically, if I'm in school, I'd give them the £30 vouchers. But then saying that some parents would even know how to spend that £30, and you know it's not going to go on the kids. So
no, but they were saying like it was food vouchers that you know when we work in Sainsbury's, someone had you a voucher and it was like, oh, you're trying to use this and like you can't use it on, it's not going to go through. That's apparently what like the vouchers were.
True.
But I did see like the point people were like obviously like I feel like it's a very small minority, like maybe like 1% of people would like take that voucher and then trade it to someone like, cool, actually you give me £30, I'll give you £30 worth of vouchers that you can go buy stuff with. But I feel like that's a small minority. Like
the majority of people, I'm sure like their parents, and I'm sure that the majority of people want to feed their kids to get like the majority of people aren't like trying to trade it off to be buying alcohol, whatever the fuck people are, like whatever. I don't understand like where this government like the whole even like the lockdown restrictions like going on to say I know it's now like they only like yesterday announced they were gonna stop just anyone coming into this country.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any place like that. Things like that. Like,
That's why I say I don't think they care, because like it wasn't that was just the most logical thing that everyone's been saying, like just let the borders down in the country. They decided they didn't want to. That's why I think they don't care. But realistically, why were they not monitoring the people that were supplying these foods and like, oh, are you giving enough? Why were they relying on generally the working class people and then obviously like Marcus Rashford and other people that are like influencers that to bring it to their attention? Like, and I did see somewhere it was like they're friends of like their Tory donator, like they donate to the Tories quite heavily. So again, that's why I say I don't think they care, because obviously it's in their interest for them to be like, essentially that money's probably going to come back to the Tories somehow because obviously they're getting if they're making big donations, somehow it's going to come back to them.
I feel like even this week just doing it 1 week, they've obviously saved themselves a lot of money just doing that for 1 week. I feel like they knew what they were doing. I guess I agree with you two then. I guess but what I was going to say is that they thought like, let's try and get away with this for as long as we can until the likes of Mark trash the through.
That's 100% what they did.
How quickly it would come onto social media.
But I feel like that point I disagree because I feel like it would be naivety to think that it wouldn't have gone to social media. So at a point it could be like a publicity stunt, but I just don't know what they would have achieved from it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, it could be to detract our attention from something else, but I don't know because I feel like that was a very dumb move at the end of the day. Like they knew that splitting half veg is gonna like cause trouble.
Yeah. And to be fair, I don't think they just started donating these foods, so I don't get why. Maybe it should have been brought up earlier. I don't really understand.
I mean, if you're going on like why they tried to distract us from something else, I guess you could probably say the amount of deaths there've been or the rising cases. You know what I mean? If everyone's talking about food rather than like how many people are dying, I guess maybe that's why they felt if they started talking about that, it might make people like forget a little bit more. It's a bit of a mad situation. I don't really know like where. I know they're going to get in again. I know the Tories are going to get in again. It's like whenever the next election is, just fucking.
It's not going to affect them whatsoever. They've just proven time and time again, like even though this country, like they hate. You remember like how much hate they had for Margaret Thatcher, like. Ding Dong, which is dead, goes to like number 1 when she died. He voted in her government anyway. You don't remember that? Like,
was that?
I think it's from what's it from? Like Wizard of the Oz.
I think it's from a music, yeah.
No, it's a real song, and they got it to number 1, isn't it? Like within a day of her death, like they were like, "Yeah, that's number 1." So like, you have that much hate for her and her government, but you voted her back in. Or him, well, they voted her in like many of times, didn't they? Was she in like 3 times or something? And then they voted Conservatives in as well. Like, to me, it's something.
They said it went to number 1.
Yeah, do you not remember like the radio station was like, "Oh, we can't play this." Like some radio stations were like, "Well, we'll play like 10 seconds of it," and then some of them were like, and then I think they got it back to number 1 like a day of her funeral. Like, that's what I'm saying. So like.
Lives and it's like I kind of get why,
but like look how many times they voted her back in. It wasn't like she didn't just go for like 1 term. She went in for like 2-3 terms. Do you know what I mean? Like,
people in this country are wanting from suffering that they enjoy it like slightly. I don't know what it is. Like they actually enjoy like these mad moments that give them nothing.
Nah, it's just the rich people. I wouldn't even say it's the general public. It's just the rich people have the power, which is obviously what it's always been like. I feel like as much as we vote, the rich people are always going to somehow push it because they're the ones that have the business. They're the ones that are supporting the economy. So yeah, they always have a say.
To be fair, I hear that, and I think also like I think we've touched on this before. Like the working classes, they always like the whole idea of Britain is divide and conquer. So as long as you can make a few working class people feel like they're not working class and that they're like they're a bit better than someone else. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? There's too many people that actually think. There's too many people that are like a paycheck away from being in poverty, but forget this when the Tories come out and they're talking about, oh, we want our country back, us middle class people, and they forget. Like, do you see that? I shared a tweet. There was a guy in America, to be fair, but he was like, oh, minimum wage. You telling me someone that's flipping burgers gets minimum wage? Me as a skilled worker, I'm only on $12.
It was the Amazon person.
Yeah, he just works at the distribution center packing boxes for Amazon. He's like, I'm a skilled worker. No one, like someone like McDonald's shouldn't be getting the same pay as me. Like, that's what I'm saying. Anyone that could flip a burger could probably pack a box. Do you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's like the kind of person the Tories go for, because obviously, if you could convince someone that's packing boxes that they're a skilled worker, like when we say skilled worker, we're all thinking of doctors, like nurses, construction workers. But he's thinking of himself as a skilled worker. Do you mean? But he's the person out. But he's like, that's the kind of person that's going to vote the Tories in, because they're thinking, oh yeah, I'm work. Like they just forget their working class a bit. Like, oh, actually, I'm middle class, in it. Like, I can go hang around with all these people. But little do they know, if they get made redundant, they're on benefits and begging on the streets. Do you know what I mean? Like,
we're gonna talk about doctors been working on that topic. Like, the way we talked earlier about Clubhouse.
Yeah.
People, I told you about that. He's arguing that they're not trained properly. These doctors, they don't know what they're talking about vaccines. And my problem with the Clubhouse, like, why are we challenging doctors and educated people?
Yeah.
And now you've got fucking, I don't know what his name, I don't know who it is, but let's say Sideman, for example, who's arguing with them saying that the vaccine is going to kill us all.
Yeah. Which, yes, people like, I think we said it, like, was his name Shaka Bars, and I don't really 100% know what Tiffany Haddish did. Like, I just thought people like backlashing her because she like was saying like, oh, you don't believe in science, but like you're arguing with like doctors about like the science of COVID. It's people like that have big followings that, if anything, are going to stop people taking the vaccine that might actually help them. Like, realistically,
I don't know what you guys look at it, like, it's been in any rooms or whatever, but like it's basically whoever has the most followers there, whoever's a moderator, like everyone just listens as if what they're saying is gospel.
Yeah.
And like half the time it's actually shit, like it's not even. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like quite a lot of people. I feel like a couple of people picked up on that because obviously I used to go on it just to see like the arguments, just because that's what I do, and then I also used to do it because I'm like a creative. I also did that to like listening to like the creative networking things. But then I was like tuning into one, and it didn't click until this woman from America said it, which was like, anyone could be a moderator. So it's like anyone can give out false information. So there's a need to take this path to do your career, but they could be at the same level or you or even below you, and you're just like listening to them, which actually makes it click. It's like, okay, when is there going to be like, I don't know, verification on Clubhouse? Because even she said there'll probably be like a day where it comes out like verified accounts will come on it, because obviously you're getting false information from random people. But then obviously I feel like that would ruin Clubhouse to an extent. Because like, oh.
So what, you think people should be like verified to be able to be a moderator?
I feel no, but I feel like maybe when it comes to like networking and actually like business kind of stuff, it should be like verified or actually, like verified or checked in some kind of manner. And obviously allow the room to be opened and let people like join in the conversations to kind of make it more organic. But it's like, okay, it comes to a point where if you're giving me career advice, I need to be able to trust you. But obviously when it comes to like stupid stuff, then whatever, go ahead. Like,
you don't need a certificate.
All time is literally just people arguing about. If I go on Clubhouse right now, something about like dating, something about like should men be doing this, do you know what I'm saying? It's the same like kind of topics all the time. It's like I'm gonna say his name again, like Sideman is the main culprit for this shit, man. He spends so much time. I woke up today, I told you, innit?
Yeah.
I thought he stopped this stupidness because I haven't been on it probably for like 2 weeks, and the last time I went on it was when loads of black girls are like having a go at him for talking up about black women issues or whatever. So I thought he would have dropped it because hella people were just ganging up on him, throwing him like shade and shit.
Yeah, no, he did say he was logging off, and then he said he had to come back and clear his name. But you wouldn't know your name needed cleared unless you was on it, like trolling through it. Do you know what I mean?
Don't clear his name. You say room after room after room. Like, this is the problem that I said, I guess. People need to be verified. Why are you speaking on another like demographic of people? You know what I mean? Why are you trying to give us information about something we're nothing about?
But then my thing is, why is anyone listening to Sideman? Like, what's Sideman got? His name's Sideman. Do you know what I mean? It's not even like a compliment.
You know, it's because he got his reputation. Because what happened? Something happened that was big on Clubhouse, and he started sticking up. What was it?
But yeah, I remember.
Something to do with Americans or something. No, it wasn't. What was it? Something dumb. And they started bash. Oh no! Someone started a room called "Black Women Trash in Bed" or something. Like
that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then he started piping up and like supporting.
Yeah.
The chat, and then that's how he became popular. And then he obviously never let it down. He just carried on going.
He found his niche of like Spain and Hillary, and it's like targeting black. No.
No, it was some other person, and then they all went on it to bash him.
Yeah.
And then that's when Sideman was like, oh.
This guy's funny.
He's got too involved. Like, to be fair, like he used to always be on social media and like on Instagram, but now I've seen his like reputation taking a dive because I saw him on I don't even remember what he was on. He was on like Good Morning Britain, and people were like he was on Twitter again. The same people that just cussed him out was like, why is this man even speaking for us? Like, why is he speaking for the whole black community when none of us even want him to talk for us? Like, it can either make or break you. And I saw like Lippy. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but yeah, like he said he's in I don't really understand it. He's like, oh, I'm in Clubhouse jail. Like I would be their defense, like making sure Sideman was getting all those people. I'm in Clubhouse jail, and people were like, how can you get into a virtual jail? I think it was the same day that him and Sideman were getting like bashed. It was I think the same day Sideman was getting bashed, like first time Lippy was getting bashed as well. I don't really know what they were doing in there, but whatever they were doing, they were getting bashed for it.
We were saying like this things log up. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't get like this timeline beefs and that. Like, do you know these people to be?
To be fair,
replying like to speak like.
That's why I don't understand. Like what room? Like me and Chanté were in a room, and it was like, you know that one where they were like making the British people sing to stay in.
American versus. Basically, it was jokes because obviously it was all when UK people just like to be serious, like arguments, whatever. So I got pinged into like an American one, and they're just like fun. They're just like fun vibes, whatever. And they're basically just like in a comedic way. I don't even know the word. They were just like taking the mick out of British people, and then they'd have like British people come sing and rap for them.
No, it was only like black British. They were like, oh, you're like you lot can't say niggers because you're not even fully black. Like you can't say that. And
So
then they were like, oh, if you want to stay in this room, like. Or rap a Jay-Z verse, and then like you had to obviously wait for your hand off and then go forth, and then there was people like they're rapping in it. To be fair, they were getting cussed, but then there was like people that were taking it too seriously. There was like one guy that was like some American guy like, "Oh, suck your mum." He was like, "No, I don't actually say that. I'm from like New York." And what did he say? He was like, "I'm from New York. Like we take that shit seriously here." And I was thinking, "You're two opposite ends of the world during a pandemic. You're not gonna fight each other. Just kick them out the room. Be done."
But it's just annoying because like you see the British people and they're just like coming into the room like angry. I'm just sitting there watching. I'm just like, oh my gosh, these people are just ruining the vibe. Like, any chance to like have an argument, that's how they're at. It's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I thought, yeah. It's literally the same people that are problematic on Twitter are the ones that are problematic on Clubhouse. Like they go from Twitter. Like literally, all I see is like there's one girl. I'm not going to say her name, but has the same name as someone else in this chat here. And she's always like, I literally saw her on Twitter, like crying. She's like, oh, I'm getting bashed on Clubhouse. You don't know how like much this dude like does to me. And the next thing I saw, like 2 hours later, she was talking about someone else on Clubhouse. I was thinking, right, so you're just being attacked, and now you're getting attacked. And then only 2 hours after that, she was talking about, I'm getting attacked again on Clubhouse. I was thinking, right, just lock off then. Do you know what I mean? Like 2 attacks in one day, like it's self-inflicted at this point. But every day you're on it, trolling through it. Like honestly, if you go on this person's Twitter, I'll send it to you later. You'll literally just see her every day talk about Clubhouse, like how she's getting attacked. And I'm thinking, just stay off it then. But then she's entering the. Do you mean like don't enter a room? Like you see the name of the room, it triggers you. You enter it, and then you talk about, oh, they're not even letting me speak. Like you're coming on Twitter to tell us they're not letting you speak. What do you want us to do then? Like we're not the moderators. You've been kicked out. You've been kicked out. Do you know what I mean? But you're on here crying about it.
I think people have got that social media is not real. I think they think like that's like reality.
I don't think it's not even. I don't think they don't even. I think they know it's not real, but I think obviously that's how they've made their name, isn't it? Like this, the person I'm talking about, that's how she got verified as being active on social media. So obviously now every time there's new social medias, you've got to jump on it because that's the only reason you're relevant. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not. I know they know it's not real, but like it generally is their life. Like that's how they've made their name. That's their brand essentially. They've got to stick to it. But
see, like I watched something the other day, like it was with Oil and Chucky and Lippy, and they were talking about CC Mills.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, like, I think they said it anyway, but it's the same as with Clubhouse. If your whole brand is that, as you said, if what you're known for is social media being problematic, you can't really then cut on when you're being dragged.
Yeah.
Like, if you're building yourself on that brand, like potentially you're talking about those kinds of topics, you've got to be prepared to be dragged every day.
The second you build yourself on that brand, you're gonna like you've already put yourself in an audience that's like, oh cool, they're your haters essentially. Like they're gonna hate everything you do. So you can't be surprised every time you speak on something you're getting hate, even if you're in the right. Like there's people out here that are built to hate you. So, like,
well, I mean, like, even like, say, like, us doing this, say, someone's, we're putting our opinions out there on something. Yeah. So, like, this got to be prepared. If you're putting your opinion out somewhere, you've got to be prepared to take.
Yeah, like you're putting it out for other people's opinions, isn't it? Like, everything you post online is up to someone's opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, even your tweet, if someone hates it, someone hates it. What do you want me to do about it? Like,
but I guess because they haven't been checked before, that's why they're like, oh shit, everyone's coming up at me, ganging up on me. Because I feel like the checking doesn't happen until there's like a mass hatred for you. And then they're like, oh, I don't even know if I can swear. They're like, oh, damn. Like, yeah. And they're not expecting it. But then, to be honest,
I feel like people do, because you see some people, like, there's some people I see on Twitter, like, every topic there is, they're like tweeting about it, like, just hoping for that. You know, that there's like one time your tweet will just take off. But obviously, they do it, they search for it so much that when it happens, they don't expect it. Like, oh crap, I didn't think that was gonna take off. And then they don't have to deal with it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see, I'm thinking of one person in particular, but they constantly tweet, and then one tweet takes off. And next thing they're like, oh crap, I don't actually know what to do with it now. Next thing you see is like, I'm muting all the mentions, not getting too much hate. But I was thinking, you've been chasing this. This is what you've been wanted. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what you wanted. Do you know what I mean? Like, you chased this all year, and now you got it. You don't know what to do with it. Like, I think it's not like, they obviously want it, but they're not expecting it. Do you know what I mean? They do it so much that they don't expect it. When it happens, it's like, oh, right, now I've got to deal with it.
I think like social media is a friend of the brains. I think this lockdown. Like, I think, if we're not out here so much, especially like imagine Clubhouse, just constant that every day.
No, but I feel like social media has dropped. Like, okay, people probably spend more time on social media, but I feel like quite a lot of people have tuned out of Clubhouse. Because like when I'm looking on my Twitter feed, people are like, oh yeah, I'm deactivating Clubhouse. Because like the original people that got Clubhouse like before it became big, they're hating it because it's all cliquey, that's how they say it is. And they're the ones that are like dropping out. But I've dropped out, to be honest, because it's just the same old thing.
It's just the same argument, isn't it? Like,
would you say like your social media usage has gone down since lockdown?
I'll say down. Yeah, and if it's gone up, it's like a quick. I'm not actually like concentrating on it. I'm just like scrolling through it. Yeah. I don't even use Twitter that much anymore either. I used to just use it to poo on stuff, and there's nothing to poo.
Yeah. So I think it's probably gone down. I feel like we're all living the same thing now. That like you could tweet about your stress of lockdown and be like, so am I. So like it's not. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's not really an escape anymore because obviously everyone's tweeting about the same things. But I still use Twitter because Twitter's the only one I think I consistently use because I find it funny. Like someone's always crying about something. Do you know what I mean? Like. But,
what's this one?
There's always some kind of scandal going on. That's why it's funny. Because like you're not that really just argue each other. It's just
Well, I think that's down to like who you follow in it. Like I just try to follow like random people that like they said something that's funny like once to me, and I'm like, oh, well, let's see if they carry on in it. Like I might unfollow you later, but just like having different things on my newsfeed, isn't it? So like I said, if I was literally following like a few people, which every day they'd be crying about getting bullied on the chat Clubhouse, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be listening to that, but no, I'll say my usage has gone down. To be fair, I think it's.
I don't know. I'd say probably offhand. I don't know. Like recently, as I think like you guys said, I think especially with Clubhouse and Twitter, like that's definitely gone down because Clubhouse is just embarrassing at this point. It's actually all the rooms I see, especially like UK internet, they're so toxic, man. There's no point being in that anywhere near that.
It's just the same trigger warnings, isn't it? Like they know what like gets people to enter the room. Like if you put something like black men or black women, you know there's going to be a load of black people that enter that room. And let's be real, like most of the people, like all of us probably have like black Twitter. You know it's going to take off for there. Do you know what I mean? Like if you want to get popular, you just put a trigger word on your Clubhouse thing, and then everyone jumps in, like, and then you got to deal with like what comes with it. And like, don't be crying and talking about like what was that one that we watched where it was about the kettle? Do you remember when they were beefing about a kettle?
Oh yeah.
Like the Americans, like some girl. I know what she's saying. Like, oh no, you got threatened to murder me now over Twitter. Like, oh, you found my Twitter, and coming on there crying about it. Like my thing is there, like. That's when I think your usage just needs to calm down a bit, innit? Because like you're clearly using it too much. Yeah, literally, that's what I'm saying. Like that's when I think, yeah, this is probably that's the only problem with the like pandemic at the moment. People are like so focused. Like obviously they can't actually, like when they log out, what else are they going to do? They can't go outside really. So that's why I feel like that's the only problem. But like, yeah, just limit your.
There's other things you can do. There's other things you can do other than sitting on your phone arguing with people you've never met.
I think it's because she wanted to clear her name, because if this is you on about the American one?
Yeah.
Because the American one started crying, and then all the British people started laughing.
I'm not gonna lie, we
he's
just started
crying
laughing
on their mic and not muting it. So then obviously they left, but then she came back to kind of clear her name. Kind of.
Then why are you clearing your name? Like, I saw someone say, you know, have you seen that video of like there's a black guy and he's in the courtroom, he's just got a like sentenced to life in prison, and he's there singing to the judge talking about he's sorry, and people are like, oh, this is literally what you look like, do. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm not even gonna sing it, but he's just singing like, I'm sorry for all the things that I've done, like to the judge in front of a massive courtroom in America, and then people are like, oh, this is what you look like coming on here to try and clear your name, just leave it. Like, the thing is, if you made your point, why do you need to clear your name? Like, realistically, I'm not like once we log off Clubhouse, I'm not even gonna remember who you were in it. I'm just remember like, oh, there was a girl that was there crying. No matter what you do, like she tried to clear her name, but all I still remember is that she cried over it. And there was
because people found her on LinkedIn and then started messaging her workplace, innit? And that's when it got deep.
Yeah.
They messaged her workplace.
But then that's my thing. Like when you go
like,
online,
it just goes too far.
Territory, like anything can happen. We might say something that everyone hates right now. Like obviously, I would hope you would go into my job just because you didn't like it, but like you opened yourself up. You made a whole chat that was going on for like hours. It wasn't even just like.
I think it was a day. Like, I think it was like over 24 hours.
People literally like. I saw people making like subgroups, and like the funniest subgroup was one like, "How can you be chatting about the same topic? Here? Are you Christine Milian going AM to PM? Like, why were you talking about it from the morning to night?" And then you got to remember there's different time zones. So when we were like, "Oh, it's time to go to bed," those people in LA just logging on talking about, "Let's start this whole conversation again." Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, British people as well. I think that was at the start of Clubhouse when the British people were staying up to dumb hours. I was thinking, do you not have work? Like,
you're saying that, but then I remember walking into your room with you on the kettle board, listening to it, like cry with laughter. So I don't know.
It's probably only to like 1 a.m. But there's people that didn't even go to sleep.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but I remember, I think it was you, Henry, that said like human nature like is built to look for disasters and like bad things. Like if that's what we're on the look for, like to make yourself feel better. Clearly, some people don't care about.
As function that we love, like negativity, and like we love like someone getting dragged. We all enjoy it. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll sit there and laugh at it. Like
we enjoy it to an extent. Like I don't know why. We like seeing people beat each other. Like,
I think it's because like either like 90% of us don't take it seriously in it. So like when someone else getting dragged, we're like, you don't really care. Like you're just laughing because you're hearing new cusses that you can use later on in it. Like you're hearing someone get read to filth and it's not you in it. So
I know personally, I don't think I'll ever be like sometime like that because I don't care. But I don't get it. I'm not
yeah, literally like.
I'm gonna random person on the internet. I don't know.
Yeah. If I was getting dragged, I was like, well, let's take a little break, innit? Like,
well, you're gonna come and find now.
I was thinking like, it's when people are threatening to come beat each other up. I'm thinking, it's just like it's mad that you're living in America, but you're gonna come beat me up. You don't even. All you know is my name. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Get a plane ticket, jump on it, and come to the UK, and then look up a census of like where does Luke Batson live? Like, you're not gonna find me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can beat me all you like.
No, even like UK, like two on a time. Like, if you actually leave your house to go fight something, that is incredibly sad, and like you need to really reevaluate yourself because.
Do you know what? I didn't even know people were doing that. But to be fair, it's a bit different. But like, you know, not Nella Rose, what's her name? Like Renee and
yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I was like, oh.
That's when I realized people were actually really to take it off social media and go beat her up. But then again, that's how they made their brand, didn't it? But now you expect us to look at you differently. That's why they get like, how do you expect us to now look at you differently? Like when we met you, like. What introduced us to you was your madness, isn't it? Like banging up her mum's flat door and stuff. Like, obviously, that's all we're gonna remember of you, isn't it? Like,
I'm just telling your parents you've done that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like 22, living at your parents' house, and your parents go, "Where you going?" And you go, "I'll beat up some girl like we're beefing on Twitter." Like, you now want to your parents while you've taken it off social media.
Now left your house in the cold in the UK winter to go and fight. And she was roaming the streets at like 3 a.m. as well.
Like, go to the club to find it. Like the thing is, yeah, it was beyond like she really wanted that fight. She was desperate. She went to the club to find her. Couldn't find her at the club. So then she found out her location, her home address. Went there. Couldn't find her. Went to her mum's house. Like, it was just, like I found it funny in it because I was like, she's not coming for me in it. But if she was coming for me, I'd call the police straight away. I'm like, do you know what? Come get off the streets.
Yeah, honestly, so sad.
I just think you got to explain that later on in life, innit? Like, you go for a job now, and they're like, "Were you the girl?" Oh no, can't get away from that. Oh, your kid's there. Like,
I feel like what happens on Black Twitter stays on Black Twitter.
Huh?
I feel like what happens on Black Twitter stays on Black Twitter. Like, it's gonna be white people hiring you, innit? Most of the time.
Yeah, but then you still.
I was gonna say Black Twitter is basically UK London Twitter, innit? So I feel like you're gonna get caught out. Like, if you do something, someone's probably gonna know if you're in a city.
Yeah, like you get caught slipping. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, that's true though, because like there's so many people that like obviously like famous on Black Twitter, like people like Lippy that probably like will walk down the street in a white neighborhood and they won't even know who they are, but he walks down somewhere just like with black people, they might be gunning for his life. Like, do you know what I mean? But he's the one that like cussed me, but he goes somewhere else and I'm like, I don't even know who this is. Do you know what I mean? Like. Which is probably like white Twitter if they have a thing in it. Like, there's probably bare people that.
You can go and walk down the street, no one knows who it is. Not a single person.
But if you go to like,
what? Like where my auntie lives, every single person on that street will knows who it is.
Yeah.
Man, it's mad. I feel that's why people need to humble themselves sometimes in terms of like, say if they're well known on Black Twitter. Like, I feel like sometimes. This isn't real, do you know what I mean? Like, this is an online space. Like, if you left and went somewhere else, you'd just be you.
But I'll also say, like, the thing is, with Black Twitter, like, people do the most for it to stay relevant because it's clear, like, Black Twitter will just chuck it away. They're like, cool, you're funny for a minute, but okay, cool. Like, that's it. There's someone else. Like, there's always someone new, do you know what I mean? It's like
They tweet like, I feel like they tweet interesting things. They're normally at the center of like most debates and that kind of thing. So I feel like not even in a bad way. You know, like some people like I don't know, it's hard to explain. Obviously, we all have Twitter in it, but someone that doesn't have Twitter, it's quite hard to explain. Like, you know, there are people you need to kind of follow to be up to date with things.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But like, they're the ones that are constantly like getting relevant. But like, people like Renee, like realistically, like, do we actually care what she's doing now? Like, she was funny because she went to go beat up someone. And then that's when I last heard of her. And then I heard like she was having problems with her BBL. That was the next thing I heard. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never heard of like any of the compliments she's done. I've always heard like people laughing at her, like, why would she fly to Turkey and get this done? Like, now she's suffering. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason why. That's the reason why she put back into my head in it, because she had gone out of it, and that's why she made a whole documentary.
I mean, like, big up for like coming out and saying she was wrong in it, but it was a bit mad to promote it to that extent. Did she promote it, or was
she did YouTube videos?
She got paid to do it, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I watched the video.
No, I think it was free one.
Like, oh, they sponsored me, and then like they were saying like, oh, she did it illegally anyway. So she didn't claim that was a sponsor. She made it just seem like she just went there on her own accord, and then But to me, that's mad. Like how quick they jumped on her, because like obviously I didn't know who she was before that whole like fighting thing. But second that like she popped up on Black Twitter, everyone must have reached out to her, like, oh, come here, do this. So
no, I think that happened before. I think that BBL. I'm pretty sure the BBL happened before that.
No, I didn't know who she was before. Before
the fight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think.
So she went to fight someone with bad BBL.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it happened after. Yeah, it might. Maybe it happened after.
She was hyping it. I didn't need any more problems, did it?
Yeah, my
butt cheek. Halfway through the fight, my butt cheek flips.
I don't have the energy. To flip my life like she does. I'm bigger up than because constant problems. You know, that's your life.
To be fair, I would say she calmed down. It's not is it Abigail that like made a Halloween diss track saying and everyone like rinsed.
Oh yeah, the idiot. Oh, Abigail's reputation went down.
I think it went down when she stuck up for that Ivorian bill. Ivorian bill don't even like the band, didn't it?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, they're not. Let them do their thing in it because they're making money with it.
Yeah, they're probably making more money than we are in it. So.
always saying and discussing them, man. But they're doing it. I don't know. You know what? Their kids see that.
That's what I said. They got to do the explaining. I'm not the one that has to explain to my kids why in 10 years' time why I'm famous or like, why people look at me weird on the street because I went to go fight you in a flat, your mum's flat. You know what I mean? I'm not the one that's got to explain that.
That's telling your child that is crazy. But you know, that's the way they would live their life. I'm not going to say anything like that. But it's a good place to wrap up, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say. Nothing left to say. So that's been the On Record podcast. I've finally done the intro and outro, and that's with Henry and Chanté. And yeah.